Like I think about this sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I'm almost 21. I'm not old, but I am an old soul. I've had people tell me that constantly. Um, so when I think about when I was younger and how it was compared to how it is now, I'd hate to be a kid in 2023.
Welcome back to the Late Late Podcast. I'm your host, Mason in real life. Yeah, I'm here with Kendo Hundo.
K Hundo.
Yeah.
Hundo.
AKA Godfather K.
Oh yeah, most people know me as that.
Yeah, that's an old one. Well, not really old, I guess. Though.
It's a few years.
Yeah.
I think I want to say like 3 years.
Oh man, more than that. Cause I got.
Oh, yeah. It would have been like almost
2017 maybe, like that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17, 18.
So 4 years
4
roughly.
years, yeah.
Man, that was some crazy stuff.
That was awesome.
You had some good music. I mean, you still have good music.
Yeah, that was, well, how I would have been like 15. Yeah, 15, 16.
Yeah, you grew up a little bit.
Yeah, 20 years old now.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a gangster anymore. I think everyone goes through that phase.
It's especially like in the music industry, I find like,
Most
especially
def.
rap.
Yep.
Like it's all these guys that are like, oh man, I'm hard.
Yeah,
And then it's like they meet someone that's really hard. Or,
oh yeah, they'll
or
scare the shit out of you, bro.
Or they just get out of it, right?
Yeah, they scare you. I've met some cool people through my few years of doing music. And it's definitely good to change styles.
Yeah. Yeah, your music, you sent me a song and I was listening to it and it's like compared to the song we did a video to, it's quite a bit different. Like it's more, I ain't gonna say upbeat because it's still hip hop and rap and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's but it's more like, you know, like I can bob my head to this type thing.
Well, the old stuff was more influenced by like Suicide Boys and stuff like that. I still love them, don't get me wrong, but I always like to picture of my song if it was in like a club or something like that, and you know, people can, even if you don't know the words, you can still like, you know, get down with the beat and stuff,
Vibe out.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you classify yourself as? Like you're obviously a musician, but I know you do art too, right?
Oh yes.
So like what do you kind of like, if you had to classify yourself? Some people don't classify themselves, but
A multi-talented space cowboy.
yes, sir. That's a good one, though. I like that.
No, I don't know. Like a multimedia artist, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, I like it though.
Yeah.
Because you got some talent for sure.
Yeah, I like to be humble. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You know, that's the hardest thing, especially like in any type of art, when people are like complimenting and stuff, and you're like, I don't feel like I'm there, but then people obviously they know you're there because like they're complimenting you, right?
No, exactly.
It's like one of the hardest things. That was one thing I was never good at, is taking compliments.
Oh, me either. I don't even care what it's about. Like,
I'm
if
like,
you're like,
no way.
legit. You're like, oh, your shoes look great today. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yours are nicer. Like, yeah,
They're dirty as hell. I'm embarrassed to have shoes these dirty right now.
they're cool looking shoes though. They remind me of cotton candy.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like Nike Sun Club came out with these like Air Forces. That's what
okay.
these ones are. They're pretty sick, but
Okay,
they're a little dirty.
they remind me of like what people think the '80s is like.
Man, I mean, like the 80s was cool.
You know, but like I find like
There
in
is
the
a stereotype,
industry,
though. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's real bright colors and all this stuff, and they wore this. It's like, no, they didn't wear
Woodstock
that.
99.
Well, people are like, oh, Nikes was big in the '80s, and yeah, they were to a point, but Adidas and New Balance were bigger.
Well, it's like Michael Jordan when he first got into the shoe game. He really, really wanted to sign with Adidas because it was like his favorite brand as a kid. But then their deal was like nowhere close to Nike's, so he ended up going with Nike's anyway.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, they just made a movie about that.
yeah, called
Yeah.
Air with like, what's his name? Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of people in that movie. But
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty good.
Oh, it's good. I watched it. It's good. Yeah.
I think it's on like Prime or some shit.
Yeah, and it's really like, I like movies when they they don't show Michael Jordan's face in it because they couldn't
No.
find an actor to depict
Nobody
him as
looks
enough,
like
right?
Jordan.
Yeah. So the whole time, like the angles they take for the show not his face, like they put someone here, but his looking at them, and it's like, no, it's good though. And like you said, his brand growing up was Adidas, and
he loved Adidas.
Adidas was big back in the day for basketball. They started it really.
Man, did you know though when Jordans first came out, like Jordan had to pay like $5,000 a game because they were banned.
So in the show, they talk about that in the show. They're like but they said Nike paid it, obviously, but they're just making themselves sound good. But no, it's because the colorway of the shoe, there was not enough white.
Yeah.
It was all red.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, no, you have to have 75% white. Or no, yeah, it was 75% white. Yeah. And theirs was
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
I just knew that they were like illegal, quote unquote illegal, or banned by the league.
Yeah, because of the colorway. Yeah. And nowadays, they don't care.
No, yeah. I mean, you see some crazy shoes on the court.
What's his name? Leonard. He is signed with New Balance. I can't think of his name. Okay. But his shoes are like over the top.
Yeah, man.
Colors everywhere.
If I played basketball or like even still played football,
colorful shoes.
Yeah.
Colorful shoes.
Heck yeah.
When I played football, it was like kind of mediocre. I had one nice set of cleats, but for the most part, it was white and black.
Same. Or like my cleats were white and black, or I would just change the laces up, like neon green, hot pink, or like mix match and stuff.
It's crazy because I look back at like all the sports for everybody around a certain like age, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more. It's
what?
Like the laces.
No, I know. It's kind of weird, man.
It's kind of like went out of style. It'll come back. Because like everything comes back. The mullet freaking came back. What's
I mean, I wouldn't rock it, but some people can get it done. You know what I mean?
No, they can. Yeah.
Like, shout out to Philip.
Oh man, his is.
Philip can rock a mullet. Yeah, I've never seen him any different. I've just seen the mullet.
After he got a mullet, it's just like he kind of kept it, and it's just that's what it's been.
But it works though. It looks great.
Yeah. Did you get it done, Dylan?
I need a 13 mil.
Oh. Mechanic issues,
yeah. But no, like Philip does rock it pretty good. Like it suits Philip.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I've never seen him any different.
No, ever since, man, he's had that for a while. Mm-hmm. And it's funnier when he has his tooth out because it just all ties in that much better.
Yeah, definitely. It's like a Theo Vaughn kind of vibe.
Yes.
My mom is in love with Theo Vaughn. I just showed her last week, and she thinks he is the most beautiful human.
I just realized how loud that Subaru is.
Is that a Subaru?
That was
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like that was loud. I heard that in the headset.
I felt that in my shoes, man.
So you said your mom is in love with Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, like when was it? Like last week, I showed her, and like Theo Vaughn's crazy.
No man, he's hilarious.
But he's awesome.
Yeah,
I love Theo Vaughn. But she I played a clip of the podcast, and she's like, I could listen to his voice all day. And I'm like,
he has a unique voice. That's
he does.
For sure, yeah.
And she's like, he's a beautiful man. And I'm like,
see, I didn't know who he was, and then I watched a country music video.
Yeah.
And he's in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this guy's kind of cool. Is he the singer? I was like, is this? And then I looked him up, and I was like, oh, this guy ain't even a singer. Like, this guy's just.
He's sick, man.
He's just him.
Anytime something comes out of his mouth, you don't know, like, what it's gonna be.
My favorite thing that I've seen so far is when his like, my favorite drug was cocaine. And like, it's just. Like,
my favorite is he's talking about the deaf kid.
Yeah.
In his like neighborhood or whatever.
I think so,
he got beat up for doing bad magic because he would do like sign language.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't pull out like a quarter or something like that. And they kicked his ass for doing bad magic.
Oh man, some of the podcasts that are out there right now are like some of the people that are on podcasts right now is hilarious. What's his name? Bobby Lee.
I was just about to say.
Me and my buddy Nate, we send clips back and forth with that guy where it's like,
hilarious.
I'm Bobby's mom. Like, that's like my favorite clip.
Did you ever see the clip of when Bobby Lee sends Theo Vaughn a snake in the mail?
No.
You got to check that out. It's on the podcast, and like
he sends him a snake in the mail.
Yeah, but he sends him like like those Asian soup spoons.
Yeah,
they're like real deep, and they use them for like soup.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. He sends them those, but there's like a snake in the box. I guess I don't know. You got to check it out. It's hilarious.
Bobby Lee's good though.
Calls him like a piss guppy and stuff like that.
Some of the things that people like, I don't know, the industry for anything right now is crazy.
I agree.
It's completely different from when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it's a little scary, really, because like how far like AI and stuff, like,
bro,
like in my industry as photographer, like AI has just become overpowering.
Even in music, man. Like I seen, do you know who Lil Mabu is? He's he's a New York rapper. A lot of people have been like hating on him recently, saying he's like an industry plant and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he's really good for his age. He's a little different, but he's got some good lyrics. But somebody made a remix of his popular song right now, and it was AI generated XXX.
Yeah,
bro, it sounds just like X.
Okay, I did see that.
Spooky,
I did see that. Yeah,
yeah, it's so creepy.
Well, see, that's the thing with like, and they do that in movies too, right? Like they'll use like audio masking, right, and then they'll clip your voice.
Yeah,
and they can build whatever
off of it. Yeah,
off of like three tones of your voice.
It's so weird, man. Or I've even heard too, like if you have like 10 photos on the internet, they can like replicate you.
Yeah,
like, yeah, and,
no, yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
Make you into a video and stuff. It's sketchy as hell.
Yeah, they need it's like a couple angles. They need side, front, obviously.
Yeah.
But there is flaws in it still, to a point where like if you have any knowledge of tech, you should be able to tell a fake.
No, yeah.
Besides music though, music you really can't because
it's his voice, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. Someone could do it to my voice, your voice.
I guess you could go off of like, I really couldn't even go off of that. I was going to say like the way the beat is, but it would just be a mimic of the style that they produce, right?
That's true, yeah. It's hard to tell, man.
Yeah. With photos, they don't even have photographers half the time. Like, you'd be like, oh, wedding photos.
Literally,
and then, like,
legit.
boom.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck, man?
Even, like with, like, I know a lot of people, too, with, like, album art or, like covers for songs and stuff. That's what they do.
So just boom, boom.
Yeah. I like to make it still, like Photoshop.
It's fun sitting there, you know, like, doodling around. And they use it for, like, everything, which is kind of... I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
AI generated everything.
Everything, legit.
We're going to have man-made food now, just grown in a lab. Did you ever watch Eraserhead?
I haven't, no.
It's an awesome movie.
And
check it out.
It's about like something like that.
It's an old movie. It's weird. It's supposed to be like a fever dream.
Okay.
But in a movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. But there's this one scene where he's like eating dinner with his girlfriend's family. And they're like, yeah, we got chicken. It's lab grown or man made or something like that. And then he like cuts into it and all this black shit starts coming out of the chicken. Yeah, it's weird. It's a good one though. Check it out.
Nice. I mean, they do have lab made food now.
Yeah. I wouldn't eat it though.
No.
Hell no.
Well, you think about like vegan food, right? That's lab made.
Pretty much, yeah. Like tofu.
Beyond beef.
Shit like,
you know, like, yeah, look, it's beef, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't call it beef if it's not beef.
When I worked at Harvey's, we had those Beyond Meat burgers.
Yeah.
And one of the guys cooked it up and got us to eat it. I didn't know until after, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He told us, and I was like, what?
They must, like, I don't know, they must just take the taste somehow out of beef.
I don't...
Because
beef, I wouldn't doubt it.
Because beef tastes like beef because it's beef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you take beef taste?
You can't really, like, break that down.
I suppose, like, you got, like, them things when you make gravy and stuff, some little beef cubes.
Oh, yeah, like beef bouillon, stuff
so
like that.
Maybe that's kind of similar to the style they do.
Maybe
they just take cardboard and mash it together and then throw one of them in. And here you go.
I could do that.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I know one thing too. They use beets to make it like that red color, like
Makes
that
sense.
bloody red color or whatever. I know that. I don't know. It's
they
all
use
right.
veggies in it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like veggie burgers were cool because like it was vegetables. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
they weren't trying to say, "Hey, this is beef."
Yeah,
it tastes like beef. It's like it tastes like a veggie burger.
Try this out. No, I'm good on that one.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Yeah,
I love chicken, pork, beef, all that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't care.
So your music industry's been kind of like it started out different than most.
You mean?
I found like
how so?
Like you kind of like you're not on Spotify now?
Yeah, I'm on Spotify.
But when you started, you weren't on Spotify.
No, mostly YouTube and SoundCloud.
Okay, and when you started out, So there's an article from CBC. So when did that? When was that like in your industry, your career? When did that take place? Like if you were looking at it like in a line.
Like 2019.
Okay, so it's like
just at the start.
Fairly recent then.
Yeah.
So how long before them were you making music?
Well, my dad was still alive. Died in 2018. I got in when I first started making music. It was beats.
Okay.
I didn't rap. I tried. It wasn't that good. I started making beats on my dad's shitty old laptop, and at first it was just loops.
Yeah.
I would like break loops down and stuff like that. I want to say that was like 2014, 2013, maybe.
Oh, so it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I never posted them. I tried selling them or like sending them to different artists and stuff like that. Never really worked out. So then I just started making beats for myself because it's so hard to, if you're writing a song, you go on YouTube or wherever and try to find a beat. Mm-hmm. Most times you don't even use those lyrics for that beat. Usually you end up either rewriting the song or you do what I did and just make your own beats because you can really fit the tone that you want.
You really tailor it in.
Yeah, it's what you want it to sound like, other than going on whatever
and then trying to have to build off of a beat that's already done.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know exactly.
It's nice to make it yourself.
Yeah,
it's like homemade food, man. It's
so much better than
better when you make it yourself.
That's true. Yeah. Homemade food is
different.
Sure. Oh, for sure. And so does beats that you make yourself.
Exactly.
Right? And you appreciate it more too, right? Because you're like, man, I actually did this like from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's rather than being like, oh, I got this beat on YouTube. They got the beat tag in there and all that stuff. That's one thing I get a kick out of. Like obviously, I think everybody should pursue what they want, right? But I tell there's this guy that I talk to once in a while, right? And he does music, and I'm like, yo, you gotta stop like just getting random beats.
Yeah.
Buy your beats,
Oh, he doesn't buy them?
No, he's just like...
Oh, he's a beat thief.
He uses the ones that are like free. Okay. Like the...
Free for profit or just free?
Free.
Okay.
The ones that have the beat tag.
Okay.
Because he doesn't make money off his. Not yet.
Does he post on SoundCloud or Spotify?
Yeah, so he would make money.
Then he should buy free for profit, because if not, you can get in big trouble.
Well, I think maybe he does. I don't know what he does.
He should lease them, though.
Yeah,
it's
but all the ones he uses, like, it's always, you can tell they're YouTube ones. You know?
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah, most definitely.
It's like
most of them these days are anyway. Except for there's some really good producers out there. Mm-hmm. But even in the city, there's some people who can make some good beats.
Yeah, no, it's starting, like, the music industry in the city has kind of grown.
Yeah.
Like, from when you first started around here, right?
Yeah, there wasn't really much going on.
It was, like, starting, and then it's, like, kind of died off, and then all of a sudden it's just, like, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad to see it, though.
Yeah.
I love supporting local artists and stuff like that. They do their thing, for sure.
No, it's good stuff, and music's one of them things that we'll always listen to, you know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be there.
Always.
It's just, people enjoy music.
Right? I could live without anything else, but if I didn't have music, man, I'd go crazy.
Really, though, it's therapy for some people.
The first thing I do when I get out of bed in the morning, take a piss, put some music on. This is always first thing I do.
Wakes you up, kind of calms down, gets you ready for the day.
Gets you in that vibe.
Yeah, for sure. I got a random question for you, okay?
Sure, shoot.
This is I saw this on a thing online, and I was like, man, I'm gonna ask this question because this is like this mind boggles me, because then I got thinking about the answer.
Is it a question about me or just like in general?
It's just a random question.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
But no, and then I got thinking about the answer, like, for myself, and I was like, if I'm thinking this hard, because I look at it two different ways. Okay, so the question is, so if you have a girlfriend and your girlfriend has friends that are guys, okay, is that acceptable more than if a guy has a girlfriend and he has friends that are girls?
Yes.
So it's more acceptable for the guy or more acceptable for the girl?
I think it's more acceptable for the girl than with the guy.
To have guy friends?
Yeah.
So,
mind you, like me and my girlfriend, like, she doesn't really have guy friends. Like she has a couple,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. Like I don't care. Like I know she's my girlfriend at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't really have like friends that are females. I used to,
Mm-hmm.
which was never a problem though, because it's just like the homies, right? Like
Yeah.
like you just dap them up and say what's up. It wasn't anything, I don't know, but it's definitely more accepted for girls to have guy friends than it would be for a guy to have friends that are females.
So see, the way I look at it, like this is why I wanted to ask the question, because I read it and I was like, first I was like, man, it's okay both ways. But then
It definitely is. I'm just saying from like a society standpoint. But to me, I don't give a shit.
Well, my outlook's completely different on it now because I
Yeah.
thought about it. So I look at it this way. In relationships, 9 times out of 10, females are the ones with power. Like they're like not power like
No,
power,
I know what you
they're,
mean.
They're the one that says, "Hey, we're gonna date."
They're controlling the shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like if you have a couple and then let's say they break up and
Yeah.
this girl has a bunch of guy friends,
Yeah.
them guy friends are just sitting there waiting.
Oh yeah.
9 times out of 10. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so in my head, it's like,
Do you know what makes me more comfortable though about her guy friends? They're both gay.
I guess that works. In that situation, it's a little different.
Yeah, but I have had. Yeah.
But you know where I'm
Oh
coming
yeah,
from,
most
right?
definitely. I've had that happen before in past relationships.
And then I feel like
It's like a line.
the males are always the ones that are pursuing.
Yep.
Like it's rare that you see females pursue males.
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen. Don't get me wrong, but it's rare.
Yeah, it is rare. The girlfriend I'm with right now, Alyssa, she's a beautiful human being. She's amazing, and she's the first woman who's ever pursued me. When we first met, it was on Tinder. Actually, we weren't looking for
Tinderella?
Yeah, we weren't looking for like to hook up or anything like
Yeah.
that. We're just looking for friends.
Yeah.
And it took off really quick, and it's been the happiest almost 2 years of my life. I'm so
good
glad.
Stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I have a friend that he's getting married to the girl he met on Tinder.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do that
We
someday.
call her Tinderella.
Tinderella.
Tinderella. But no, it's like online dating. That's a whole nother monster too, really. Because
Bro, it's terrifying. It's not fun at first because you kind of get through those.
Oh, what are you doing? you wanna go get drunk and have sex in my dirty room?
Like, no, I'm actually really good. We could talk, watch a movie, get to know each other. But it doesn't really happen. I don't know, it's weird. Especially now. Like, I think about this sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I'm almost 21. I'm not old, but I am an old soul. I've had people tell me that constantly.
Yeah.
So when I think about when I was younger and how it was compared to how it is now, I'd hate to be a kid in 2023.
Yeah.
If I was like 10 or something like that, 10, 11, like just starting to go through, getting through that middle school, almost into high school. Yeah.
Type thing, yeah.
Fuck that.
No, it's the biggest thing now is like it's went from relationships to hookup culture.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
I agree.
It's 100% what it is. And
That to me, though, and I'm not shaming anyone. If you're into that, you're into that. This is a personal thing. I think it's gross as hell.
yeah, no, it is really.
You should respect your body. Give it to people who respect you.
That's a huge thing, right? And we talked about this the other day when we are going to get you on the podcast. Like in the Bible, it talks about we talked about how you're not a believer, but I always use Bible analogies to kind of like justify stuff. And in the Bible, it says like the biggest sin you can commit is adultery and lust.
I agree, though.
Because other sins are not. I'm not hurting my own body.
No, exactly.
But lustful sins, you're attacking your own person, right?
I agree.
I think, and you know what, with society, especially like just the stuff we can see on social, like you can pick up your phone, and you can see more naked girls on your phone than the richest, strongest king in the world.
You know it.
Seen in his whole life.
It's
which is crazy.
It's nuts, man. Even like on Facebook.
Yeah.
You get on Facebook and you get those like stupid "come watch me," blah, blah,
Yeah.
like the DMs and shit.
Yeah.
I get those constantly, and it's just like
overwhelming. It's way too many.
It's annoying, man. But don't get me wrong. And it's a little off topic, but like sex work or like OnlyFans, stuff like that.
It's still work.
Do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
And
But there's a difference between doing it as a profession and not respecting yourself. As in, I'm just gonna go around and sleep with a bunch of dudes
And film it and boom, make money.
Yeah, but even then, like you said, hookup culture is fully in effect. It's a big thing. That's all people want to do. I don't really think people are into relationships as much as it used to be.
The biggest thing is like as soon as something goes hard, like something gets hard or like
Oh, we're
whatever,
done.
Yeah, it's like we're not gonna work through this.
Oh, like why not, man?
The biggest thing is being able to work through issues.
Exactly.
So important.
I agree.
There's a Subaru again.
That's crazy.
It's freaking loud.
Whose is that?
His name's Dylan. Papazian Claire. One of my car buddies.
That's a hard name.
His his other vehicle's in the garage, so he's getting it out of there, so he's doing all this stuff. But no, hookup culture is just messed.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
It's so hard to find like good relationship in any sense.
Healthy relationship.
And I don't mean just like intimate relationships. I mean like relationships just in general.
Yeah, I agree. Even like even from like a friend standpoint, man, it's hard to find friends.
It's almost like people don't I don't know, I heard a good quote the other day. It's kind of like with this whole topic where it was like, if you, how did they say it? If you ask someone to do something and they're like, oh, I'm busy.
Yeah.
But they do it multiple times. It's like, not, that person just doesn't care enough. No one's ever too busy.
No.
I mean, you might have something happening that minute or that time.
But then if you ask like a week or two later, like, oh shit, I can't do it, man.
Yeah. You do it 2 or 3 times and you start to understand. And a huge thing that like I started to do after I kind of left the car culture and stuff is I stopped messaging people just to see whatever, and my DMs haven't been so dry.
I mean, I'm the same way. Like I really don't have friends, but I'm somewhat okay with that. You know what I mean? I find when you get out of certain things and you stop doing certain things, it just kind of you kind of weeds out the weak, I guess you could say.
This is true though.
It does get lonely, but it is what it is, right?
And see, my biggest thing was like, and yeah, I feel like you kind of have the same mindset with this. Is like, it was toxic, right? Like I would go out and like, don't get me wrong, I love cars, but like when you're sitting down with like a group of guys that are very negative towards everything, it's I don't know, it's like a paper towel getting water. It spreads, right?
Yeah.
So you're just getting that toxic whatever, and you're just like, I
feed
can't.
off their energy.
Yeah.
And it's not an energy that you want to feed off
No.
of, you know what I mean?
And sometimes being by yourself, you feed off of your own energy, and it's positive energy.
It's nice sometimes. Sometimes it's nice just to, sit in your room, watch some TV, and eat some gummies.
I guess, yeah. See, my therapy recently has been like the gym, right?
Yeah.
And like I go for walks with Noah, and we'll go to the gym sometimes, and that stuff's like, it's relaxing. Like we took Blackie out the other day. That's my dog. We took him out the other day, and he was a good dog, good walk. Went across the halfway across the walking bridge. You go way too windy.
Oh yeah, it's super windy, bro.
Yeah. I was like, yo, no, we're turning around.
I've wanted to go to the gym because if anyone who's listening to this knows me, I'm a big dude. Everyone tells me, oh, you look fine. I hate myself.
Yeah.
Hate the way I look. I hate being big. About time to start doing something to change that.
You know, the hardest thing that a lot of people struggle with is the diet, right? Diet is 95%.
I was going to say, the food that you're putting in your body, that's the biggest thing.
It's your fuel. And it's the only way to get smaller, which sucks, is a caloric deficit.
Yeah.
It's the only way. I don't care what anybody says. They're always like, oh, man, try keto, try this, try this. It's like, no, they're fad diets.
Yeah.
You know what happens with fad diets? You lose weight, then you get back into your zone, and then you gain it all back.
You gain it all back.
Yeah, with a caloric deficit, you do it the right way. You do like a hyper fast. So like 6 days you eat, let's say 1,500 calories. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And then my 7th day, I eat my full amount.
Okay.
Healthy food, though.
Yeah.
I don't go out and I'm like, oh, man, McDonald's. You know what I mean?
I love food, bro.
No, that's the thing. Like, you can love food and be healthy. It's just you got to find the healthy food that is good.
You got to have a healthy relationship with food.
It's a huge thing right there.
It's hard, though,
It
especially because, like, I love to cook, too, right?
Yeah.
But I find too sometimes I just want to cook for people. You know,
Just like, I need to have
yeah,
food.
like
You cook so much. Right?
yeah, like I like. Don't get me wrong, I love to eat, but sometimes when like I'm pissed off or just like I don't know having
Cooking's
a day,
fun.
yeah, I love to cook.
Yeah.
Like even like for the boys at work, sometimes I'll like be like, "Yo, you hungry? I'll bring you down
Yeah.
some food." It's nice. It's nice to cook for someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're taking care of them, right? Is this another?
It feels good.
That's definitely one of my love languages is like cooking and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, most of.
And that's a good one to have, really, because it kind of goes back to like how you said you're an old soul, right? A lot of people nowadays don't know how to cook. Like,
Man, that amazes me though.
well, okay, so like my buddy Jesse, he
Yeah.
can cook a few things,
Yeah.
but like he can't cook a lot.
No.
And it's like, man, Jess, like you gotta like get on the program, man.
I don't. I've cooked since I was pretty young, man. Like, I think the first thing I made was like eggs. That's like usually everyone's like first thing.
Either that or craft dinner.
Yeah, I hate craft dinner. That's my hot take for the day.
The one downstairs, Bailey,
Yeah.
like my cousin.
Yeah, I know
my-
Bailey.
Yeah. Anyway, she loves craft dinner. Craft dinner and Mr. Noodles.
I mean, Mr. Noodles. Yeah,
See,
I get in on that sometimes.
this is where like my like lifestyle of eating has changed. I don't
Yeah.
eat anything processed as much anymore.
No,
No.
I eat. I wouldn't really. I mean, now that you say that, I really don't eat a whole lot of processed stuff either. My big enemy is pop, bro.
Ooh.
Love me some pop.
Yeah.
Love pop. I've just been drinking hella water lately, though. It's good to stay hydrated.
It is.
I do treat myself. Like, it's okay to have one or two, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing
Everything
is,
in
like,
moderation, right?
I stopped drinking pop like 2015,
Really?
and I haven't I like once in a while my mom will have it here, and I'll take a drink,
Yeah.
and after
Do you get
like,
grossed out?
oh, it's so gross now.
Yeah?
Like my body has completely forgot that I liked it, and I was
I
was
need
a
to do
2
that.
I was a 2 liter a day guy.
Yeah.
Like
no cap, bro.
like
yeah.
the 2 liter by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would drink that like if it was a regular bottle.
Yeah, like I'm sitting right here, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is what a 2 liter.
I'm with you right there,
Yeah.
bro.
And I stopped like
Okay.
2015, and you get to a point where it's like, this is not like, I don't know, man. You drink it and it's like burns, it's gross, and like the aftertaste is nasty.
Facts.
But one thing I won't ever forget or won't ever leave from drinking is ginger ale, Kendo dry.
Ginger ale's the shit.
If I'm having Chinese food, like if I'm
Yeah.
having a cheat, and I have Chinese food, I have to have Kendo dry.
Yeah, Canada Dry is shit.
Nothing else.
I like Sussex.
Sussex is good
Not a
too.
lot of people know about that.
Yeah,
It's
that's a hidden gem.
yeah, that's for sure. I love it though. Or you get the Canada Dry dark ginger ale.
I haven't tried that.
That's good. Try that out sometime.
All right, I'll have to.
Do you drink like alcohol?
No.
No?
I can't.
Why?
My blood
yeah.
thinners, yeah.
I forgot about
Straight
that.
up diet.
I was gonna say that wouldn't be good for anybody.
No. Either that, or I would get really, really drunk, really, really fast.
I was gonna say you'd have like one drink, just be fucked up or die.
One of the two. It's like rolling the dice.
It's like a 50-50 shot.
What's
yeah, I
what's
forgot about
gonna
that.
happen?
Legit though. No, totally forgot about that.
That's funny though.
That would be horrible, man.
Still going. Now it is. It was going before too. It only records in 30-minute intervals.
30-minute intervals.
Yeah, because it's a junk camera. No, pay $5,000 for a camera and it's junk.
You paid $5,000 for that camera.
Yeah.
That is
This right here is $5,500.
I thought I had money.
I don't have money. That's why I have these.
Yeah.
I'm broke. No, this I
Man.
got a grant for
Okay,
through
okay.
Jedi because I use it for work. Right.
Nice.
It's the new the M2 MacBook.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like when I was researching them, I was looking at the M1,
Yeah.
and I was like, this thing's fast.
yeah.
And then I get up there, and they're like, yeah, we don't have any M1s left. We have the M2.
Yeah, too.
And I'm like, dang, that's the new one. Just came out. Like,
Yeah.
it came out 2 days or a day before I got there.
Okay. So
And
that shit was brand new.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
brand new. Well, he looks at me as like, yeah, we don't have any of these ones. I was like, but I'm gonna let you in on a secret. So I didn't pay $5,500 for this.
No.
I paid the same price as the M1
Nice.
because here's a little tip. I don't think Apple wants anybody to know this.
Oh, most def.
You-
Get canceled.
you go up to like any Apple store when a new product comes out, like a day or a day after.
Yep.
Go in and ask for the product prior,
Yeah.
you'll get the new product for the price of the prior.
Yes. It's a little hack right there.
It's a little hack. I don't know. He was just like, yeah, but we're selling these because the prices haven't adjusted yet. So
yeah.
this. I only paid like $4,200
because it's brand new in the system.
Yeah,
they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, so he was like, here you go.
Yeah,
nice.
Just take it.
Yeah, but no, the camera is the body's like 4 something, and then the lens is like.
I heard lenses
15.
are the most expensive part.
Yeah, well, after you get that initial like expense in the body, like depends on what you go for with the body. Like,
yeah,
this is the Z5.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if you went with like a Z9 now because they have that out, or Z7, sorry, it's expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
But this is a cheap lens compared to the other ones. Yeah, but no, man, that's cool though. All the how your what you said love language is your is cooking, right? So
Hell yeah.
I'm just kind of stepping back. I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
Always am.
I have a bad problem with that. Just like
it's like, oh man, I'm over here, but I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna open up some of my questions.
You should have sent me them so I was prepared.
Well, see, I don't like doing that.
Why?
Because I find if I send them, then you prepare.
Yeah,
I
guess,
like
you like that raw.
Yeah, that realness, right? Like the whole sense of like, this is real.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
You make sense?
It makes sense.
So here's a good one. So these are just like questions. I have tons of questions on my phone because like sometimes I don't ask, like I might go through these questions and ask you 2. And then next week I might ask someone the other 2.
Yeah.
So do you find it, or I guess, why is it more acceptable for, why is it more acceptable to shame men with low standards, right?
Yeah.
Versus women with unrealistic high standards?
That's a good question. I think now, really, it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Everyone has their flaws. You should never throw stones at a glass house. I don't know. I think it's good that people should just take someone how they are. Mm-hmm. And if you don't agree with, how they are, or maybe it's how they look, or, the amount of money they have or don't have enough, just move on, bro.
Yeah.
Like why bother doing that to someone? Who gives a shit? Everyone's got their flaws, bro.
This is true.
You know
but do you find that in like today's society that men are shamed more for the fact that like they're like, oh man, I'll hang out with this girl because like I like her, but then you look at this girl and you look at her at the scale of like what society says is acceptable, and she's on the low standard side. Do you find like why do you find that's more acceptable for like people to be like, oh, that's not right, that's not cool, you gotta all this stuff, stop going after like low standard people, right? And then you got girls over here that are like,
fuck off.
and then you got girls over there that are like, I want a guy that makes 7 figures. I want a guy that has like.
Then go find it. Go shoot. Go shoot your shot, bro. But I can tell you now, you're gonna die alone.
Yeah,
because half the time too, I ain't trying to throw shade at no one, but those women who are like that usually ain't 10s themselves. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean on a looks wise. I mean down underneath at a personal level.
Yeah.
Half the time they're not even in the same ballpark, and when you're that low, like I said, you're gonna die alone.
Yeah,
you're gonna find nobody except maybe your 4 or 5 cats you got in your apartment, just little pieces of loneliness,
Yeah,
but no,
I mean that's true. That's a good way to put it, though.
I think people should just let people live.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them do their fucking thing, man.
Yeah,
you want to date a girl who, maybe society looks at like she's on the low end of the totem pole, so to speak. Who gives a shit, man? As long as you're happy, she treats you right, you treat her right, you guys have fun.
It's true.
If you want to go out and find a man who, makes fucking $100 million a year and, drives 14 different supercars, go ahead. But like
have
I
fun
said,
trying to find it.
Yeah, most times you really won't find that.
And I find that like on both ends of that relationships right there, like the guy that makes that kind of money, isn't going to be loyal.
No.
And then the girl that's looking for that isn't going to be loyal.
Because their money carries them. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. And I'll tell anyone in this. I'm broke most of the time. as most people are, you know, bills, useless spending.
Yeah.
I have a big problem with spending to get a dopamine hit. You know, I spend money and it's like, oh, this feels good.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 24 hours later, you're like, why the fuck did I do that?
It's like, I need that money.
Legit. But there's been many times where my woman's the same way. You know, she does the same thing. Sometimes she's a little low on the cash, whatever. We don't care. Don't matter to me. I'll buy supper, buy whatever. And she does the same. But I have a big problem with, it makes me feel bad. Like if she buys me something or like pays for dinner, shit like that, I feel like the biggest piece of shit on the face of the earth.
You feel like you're not like at the right level of like.
It's like I should be doing this.
Yeah.
But like I think that is society's trained me to think that way, and it's hard to kind of let go of that. But lately, I'm just like, you know.
So that kind of like leads into a good question though, like how you're saying like you feel like you need to be a certain role, right?
The quote unquote provider,
yeah,
I guess you would call it.
How would you, like, if I asked you to describe masculinity for you?
For me, personally,
for you, yeah.
I'm gonna get canceled for saying this.
No, I have this question multiple times on the podcast, and it's like it's always different. And
for me, I think a lot of it is how people perceive you, and I think any man wants to be perceived as, you know, strong, not just physically, emotionally strong, stable. Able to provide, stuff like that, and all those things is how I feel too sometimes. But lately, and a lot of this is from Alyssa, she's taught me that it's okay. Like, you know, it's okay not to be strong all the time. It's okay to cry. It's okay to, you know, have those days. We're human at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I think masculinity should be the way it feels healthy for you. I think everybody's different. I think it should feel what's right for you, what fits your situation, what you think is right. I think toxic masculinity is a huge problem.
I was just gonna slide into that. Like, describe toxic masculinity.
I'm a man. I'm the fucking boss. Shit like that. I think toxic masculinity is horrible. Mind you, I've had some friends that think that's right. And we don't talk anymore, you know, quite bluntly. I don't think it's cool. Just be yourself. Like I said, it should be however you feel is right. But then again, if you feel like that's right, to be toxic like that, you just kind of you lost your way, bro.
Yeah. So see, I feel like
I was gonna say, how do you feel?
Well, see, masculinity is like a complete, like, you hit the nail on the head right there, though. That's a good way to look at it. But see, I look at it like, I feel like there's traits from like old school masculinity that we need.
Yeah.
Like, a big one is like, if I'm walking into a store, right? And you'd be surprised how many people don't do this no more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
I was gonna no.
If I'm walking into a store and you're walking into a store,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop and hold that door open.
Always.
But you'd be surprised how many people don't.
I know. I come into it all the time. I love to, though. I love holding the door for people. Like, don't matter if you're a guy, girl, whatever.
Yeah.
Little kids come in, like, into the bingo hall sometimes. Like, yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? Always try to be nice. I think, too, is my size is kind of, like, intimidating. No, legit. Like, I'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? Fist bump and shit. And they're just like, like looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, I'm not, you know, I'm a nice guy just trying to say what's up.
But no, see, I feel like certain traits from old school masculinity are
Yeah.
important. That's one of them.
Was it called like chivalry?
Yeah,
I don't think chivalry's not dead.
Well, see, like, I guess, like, a lot of these people that are always, like, talking about masculinity and they're trying to put, like, feminists, okay, I hate to use that word, but if feminists are talking about masculinity, they're like, oh, well, they think this, you know, they think, like, the tough thing, you know. I believe it's important to be tough, just to a point. Like, obviously, like, emotions are real. They're a thing that has been given us by God, right, that we need to, sometimes you need to express them.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's good to cry, man.
Yeah, and you know, and it says that even I don't think it says exactly that in the Bible, but it says like, you know, it talks about like Jesus cried.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like all this stuff, and I feel like there's traits that we need to learn to kind of keep alive, and there's traits that we need to kind of get rid of.
Yeah.
Traits that like, I ain't gonna say like being the provider, like that to me is like part of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like if someone wants to pay, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna let them pay because that's their decision. Right?
I don't know. I hate that. I really do.
See, because I believe in like the whole sense of like, if I'm in a relationship and it's like they want to do something,
yeah,
I'm not gonna stop them. You know what I mean? And that kind of comes.
Man,
from
that's actually.
You know, it kind of comes from this. It's like a double-ended sword,
yeah.
right? Because you're like, I want to be the provider,
yeah,
but also I want to be respectful to you. And if I'm not letting you buy this, I'm not being respectful.
Maybe that's like disrespectful. Yeah, I get
like
that.
some people
that makes sense. I've never thought about it like that.
Certain times, there's time and place for everything. Obviously,
no, yeah.
Like if they're going out and like you've been on a dinner date like 7 times and they've paid each 7 times, like obviously this is like a little. What's going on here, you know?
Most times with like me and Alyssa, it's like I got this one, you can get the next one, or you know, just shit like that. But no, I like that. I never really.
Yeah, it's like a double-ended sword, really.
Yeah,
double-ended sword. I kind of, I don't know. Like I said, I think there's traits that we need to keep, traits we need to get rid of.
I agree.
And toxic masculinity is just a whole nother. It's just something that's been put in place to kind of like control people.
Yeah.
Is all it is.
That shit needs to go, bro.
And like, I don't like to be whatever, but I'm more blunt than I used to be.
Yeah.
But like with masculinity, toxic masculinity, you always get feminists in there too, right? And I look at that whole thing where it's like, I hear it all the time on reels and shorts and stuff like that, where it's like, you know, well, if China invaded today, feminists are not going to exist. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, hey, you're going to war, but they want equal.
Yeah.
So if you want equal, then you're coming to war with me.
Then you're coming, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree to some extent, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like, true, though. If you're going to, if you want to be perceived as equal, I guess you're going to have to do that shit. You're going to have to be that, right?
See, like, I think a big part of it is, like, people think that females are less than everybody else, but they're not. Females should be. I ain't gonna say should be put on a pedestal. Well, obviously, we come from our mother.
Yeah.
So
straight out. That's straight out of there, bro.
Yeah. And we spend 9 months with our mother.
Yeah.
Before anybody else.
Yeah.
So that's like a bond to women, not just your mom, but to women in general.
To women in general. Yeah.
And I think, like it says it, like I go back to the Bible. It says in the Bible, you know, like we must. It says that the wife must submit to the husband, but it's not talking about like in the sense of like, oh, whatever, you know.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's talking about in the sense of like, I'm yours, you're mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, like feminists kind of try to take that and.
Most of
they try to put males under, but I don't feel like that. I feel like.
I sometimes I feel that you know, they say men are horrible and all this shit. Just because you met, you know, the 5 people that live in your neighborhood doesn't describe the rest. Do you know what I mean? There's fuck tons of people in the world. Not everyone's an asshole.
Yeah.
Not everyone's a sexist piece of shit.
Yeah.
Not everyone's a woman abuser. You know, shit like that. There's some good people out there. And I don't think a lot of people understand that.
No.
That there's more to life than where you're at in that moment. And And I think that's the cause for a lot of it.
The best way to look at it is like it's a bowl of grapes, right? And you reach in,
Most
you grab a couple like bad grapes.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this whole bowl's bad because I got 3 bad grapes.
Literally.
Throwing it away.
Throw it away.
Yeah, it's like, no, and you got to dig
You just
deeper to
gotta
get the
dig
good
through it,
grapes.
Yeah.
You know, them grapes that are in there are just...
It's like getting gold, bro. You gotta sift through some dirt before you get some nuggets.
That's
You know
facts,
what I'm saying?
though. That's good. That's facts. All right, let's see what else I got. I got for more questions. I got tons, man. Like I said, I just kind of like... I write...
Shit that pops up like in your head.
I could be sitting there watching TV and like, oh, good podcast question.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
But no, I
it
write
works
them
for
down.
you,
I
right?
write them down all the time. Let's see. You got her all done? All right. See you, Dill. So, all right. This is a good one. It's my bell. So, with music, do you find that like, has it helped mental health wise? Like, has it helped you in a positive way?
Sometimes.
So, and you feel like it's a negative thing in some sense?
Sometimes, yeah.
So it's like both.
Both. If anything helps me with my mental health, it's art.
Okay.
I paint some weird shit. If you ever been on my Instagram, you'll probably see some paintings on there.
Yeah.
I paint some weird shit. Most of them are dreams.
And that's like how you kind of express it is through that.
Yeah, I love it. Well, this kind of drifting off subject, but it kind of meets in the middle. I stopped smoking weed recently. I ate a 2,500 milligram edible, right? Fucked me up. I'm not talking it was fun, bro. It was bad. I'm talking like 2 hours and I'm freaking the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
I tried to convince my mom to call 911 and get the fucking ambulance there. I was laying in her bed. I couldn't be by myself. I'm laying in her bed. And I'm like, and I'm just like going through all this shit in my mind. And ever since that night, I've never been the same. I developed this thing called derealization disorder and depersonalization disorder. Mm-hmm. It fucking sucks. Sometimes I wake up and I don't know where the fuck I'm at. Don't know who I am. Sometimes I walk through life and half the time I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going, and it sucks. The best way I can describe it is like if you're sitting on a couch watching the TV, you're watching yourself sit on the couch.
Yep.
You're watching TV, and what's on the TV is what's going on in your eyes. That's how it is most times.
So you're seeing like it's like
a movie.
Yeah.
It's like it's like you're playing Fortnite in real life.
I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh because
I don't care. But that's
that's
the best way to describe it.
So this was caused by like
from weed, bro. From fucking eating weed. It was hectic.
So is that why you stopped it?
Yeah, that's why I stopped. But in that, when I deal with those feelings, the best way it gets out is through art. Mm-hmm. Music does help. Don't get me wrong. If anything, music helps me like pump myself up. Makes me feel good about myself.
To get ready to do art.
Yeah, or I brag about myself in my music to make myself feel better. In a way, I know that sounds kind of fucking dumb.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Like the stuff I wish I had the balls to be like in public in front of people, I say in music.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's like like a shield.
Yeah.
Like a thing a wall you can put up that you can be yourself.
Yeah.
No,
when I'm rapping on songs, I feel great, bro.
Yeah.
I feel beautiful, Like I'm running through a field butt naked. But then after the song's done, it's back to,
reality.
Yeah, kind of closed off.
So now, like,
quiet sometimes.
Do you find that you feel the same way when you do art?
When I do art, I just feel accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
I feel awesome. Like it's like when Spider-Man finds out he can shoot webs. It's awesome. It's a great feeling.
Yeah,
and that's pure dopamine, right? And it's beautiful, especially with like graffiti and stuff. You go to a wall and it's beat up to living shit. Got a bunch of crap all over it. You spend an hour there and you're just chilling, painting. you take a step back and you just turn something into nothing from nothing, and it's the best feeling ever. And I encourage anybody to pick up a pencil, pick up a pen, a piece of paper, and just fucking go ham, bro. Do what you want to do. If you want to draw. You want to paint, do all that stuff, man. Fuck what everyone says.
So,
but long story short, yes, it has helped.
Okay, yeah. So do you find that it's like a safer way to achieve dopamine is through
Most
obviously,
definitely.
because like with like I know like weed and stuff, like that's an unhealthy. I ain't gonna say unhealthy. Well, it is unhealthy to a point.
It depends, yeah. That, like what I'm describing, very unhealthy. But also in that, I'm not saying you shouldn't smoke weed.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. If you like to smoke weed, bro, and it works for you, do it up, man. But don't be out here smoking meth to get a dopamine hit, or shoving coke up your nose or jabbing H in your veins. That I don't think is cool. If you like, I don't hang out with junkies, man. And if you're a cokehead or you're a meth head, stuff like that, you're a junkie. I'm sorry to tell you, you're a fucking bucket. you know? But if weed works for you, go right to it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, alcohol, I drink, but I don't use it to.
It's like a social thing.
Yeah, I don't use it to like.
Escape reality.
Yeah. I had a bad day at work. I want to go home and get fucking shit faced. Like, no, we just.
See, I've never understood that because like alcohol is one of them things that amplify stuff.
Yeah, like
it amplifies your feelings.
Especially if you're like depressed or like suicidal.
Yeah.
You go home, you crack a bottle of fucking Captain Morgan, pound that in your system. You're not gonna feel better.
No,
I can tell you that. Yeah.
And then when you come out of it, you're gonna even feel double worse.
Literally,
like all you thought about that whole time was that negative stuff.
And then it's just gonna drag on, and it's just gonna go in a circle, and it's just gonna repeat itself.
See, I feel like a good way if you're like if you have a bad day at work or if you have a bad day doing something, the best like this is what I've found, and I've just started this like within the last week, 2 weeks, is get your shoes on and go like legit go for a walk. Yeah, like nature is like it's been put here to help us.
Go fucking.
You can get natural dopamine from outdoors.
Facts.
Like you don't need to be doing anything, just walking and
just
it's like,
chilling, bro.
Yeah, like I walked Clarny Lake for the first time in a long time, right, the other day, and it's like this is just the sound of the birds, the weather.
So dry.
You want some more?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll get you. Yeah, just okay. I'll ask you a question, then you can explain the question.
All right, bet.
So.
But yeah, nature's the shit, man.
Yeah, no. You got any future, I guess, projects that are worth like noting? Not like doesn't have to be crazy. Like could be music.
Like okay, like as a whole.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think I got, that I've been hoping to work on, I'd like to release a mixtape. That'd be kind of cool. I would also I've always wanted to do like a huge ass painting, like a canvas. Yeah. I'm talking like
24 by 24.
Yeah, I'm like something huge as shit. But like they're mad expensive. Thank you. Like you go to Michael's or something and buy canvas there. It's like like $120. I'd love to do that. That would be cool. I'd like to work with some more artists in Fredericton. I'd like to make some more beats for people. So if you're listening to this and you want beats, get at me. I'll hook you up, bro.
Yeah.
First one's free.
That's the way to sell it right there. So like,
buy one get one.
Canvas wise, like that'd be pretty dope. There's just a nice big canvas.
Oh hell yeah! I'd love to do that, bro. That'd be so sick.
See, I was doing I do drawings on my iPad.
Yeah.
I use Procreate.
Yeah.
And I have some. I don't think I have any in here now. But no, I have some that I've done and I've sold as prints.
Nice.
And it's the best feeling ever when you sell something that you've created.
I've only sold one painting ever.
Yeah?
It was sick.
You gotta I feel like
people don't appreciate it though.
Okay, now that brings up a good topic.
It's true though. Like even like my sister knits and crochets and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh man, you like people would buy that. Like you should sell that stuff. And we've talked about it. She's like, people don't appreciate that though. And it's true. Because if you're gonna sell something like that, like $400 or $500. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But people are like, "Oh, that's crazy."
It's a market, man.
I agree.
There's a certain market, but like it comes to the sense of like this is a kind of, I guess it's not off topic, photography. Okay, I've went into situations where it's like someone messaged me, "Oh, I'm getting married. How much is a wedding?" I'm like $1,500 for my base model or my base model, my base
And that's to have me
package.
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh man, well you're only there for X amount of time
Yep.
doing photos." Yeah, but I'm there X amount of time. That's my whole day because I
Mhm.
can't book anything else because I'm
I'm
dedicated
there
to you.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's a week to 2 weeks after
Mhm.
of editing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to think about that, right? And people are like, meh. It's like, and I can go into a shoot for an hour, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, it's $250 an hour. And people are like, why is this so much? But you only.
Because that's what I'm fucking worth, bro.
Yeah, and it's like, you're only here for this little bit of time. It's like, yeah, but you don't pay for the time. You pay for the skill that you're
Mhm.
getting in that little bit of time.
I agree.
Like my 15 years might be different than Susan over here that's just started and bought a
Mhm.
T3i and is charging $50.
Yeah.
Do you want $50 photos? You want
Or
200
$1,500 photos.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's a whole whatever in the photography industry.
I think, and that goes for anything, not just photography or music or anything like that or art. Charge what you're worth, bro.
Mhm.
And if people don't appreciate what you're worth, I'm sorry, but you can find someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
And-
it's okay to say no.
It is, and it is, and it's also okay to tell them. Like sometimes when people message me and they're like, "Hey, how much do you cost?" I'm like, I really want to work with you just because I want to work with somebody because I haven't worked with anybody. So maybe I'm gonna be like $150 an hour instead of $250. But then
Word.
you get to that point where it's like you're giving everybody different numbers, and it's
Mhm.
like it's just as easy to be like, "Yo, $250 an hour."
Yeah.
$250 an hour. You know what I mean? And it's took me a long time to kind of start saying what how much I charge.
Yeah.
And I get more jobs now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm honest, I'm like straight up. Be like,
Honesty's best policy, bro.
it is. And no, I got a wedding in Maine on the 9th, which is pretty cool. My
Nice.
first time shooting outside of Canada.
I was gonna say you've never really gone outside of Canada, have you?
Mexico, but not
Yeah.
really that was a workshop.
Yeah.
But no, yeah,
That was still sick though.
it was fun.
Beautiful females.
Oh yeah, I lived in a house with porn stars for a week.
That's crazy.
It was intense.
You seen some shit or what?
Oh, I seen some stuff. They're all content creators, right? So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
we're downstairs one day and we're sitting in like the foyer. We're sitting in the foyer and there's three of us sitting here, and there's a chair here and the table. Like it's just like a little kind of like patio set.
Yeah.
And this girl's sitting across the way of us. She's eating cereal. She has her phone out, tripod all set up, and she's eating cereal, topless, right? And then she starts grabbing her, like she takes her feet and she's like grabbing the spoon and but then she's next thing you know she's naked, and it's like, what the heck is
That
going on?
escalated very quickly.
Yeah, it's like, well, and then Felix, like super stand-up guy, he's from Quebec. He used to work for JC and Jonah. Comes around the corner, looks at us, stops, and is like, "What's up, guys?" And then we're just all sitting there, all editing our stuff, right? And he looks over at this girl and is like, looks back at us,
fuck?
and is like, "I gotta take a video of this."
That's awesome.
It's like the only place you can find this stuff is at like Vagabond vacations.
That's
and
crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah. No, the girl was
Just munching cereal.
the girl was Talia Mint is her name on like she's on like PH and all that stuff, and like she's a huge time.
I don't even really watch porn, man.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I stopped, and it's just like because obviously like my morals and my values are different now.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped shooting boudoir because my
Yeah.
morals and values are different now. You know, like I'm a man of Christ now, so it's like completely different root of my life,
Yeah.
right? But it's hard sometimes. Like there's certain things in life that as a godly person you have to try to steer away from.
Yeah.
But in society today, it's shoved right in your face.
I was gonna say it's fucking thrown at you.
Yeah.
Bro, by the shovel load.
The biggest thing is
It's everywhere.
having like a good what's the word support line, support friendship,
Most
support
def.
circle. And like Noah is part of that, right? And then like I have people on social media, and it's cool because I post verses once in a while on Facebook.
Yeah,
and,
or you do it on Instagram too sometimes.
Instagram, yeah. And I posted one about don't take revenge, leave that for me. And it's like, Jesus said that, right? And this girl messaged me, she's like, I really needed this today. And it's like, if you can speak to one person, is a huge accomplishment in anything, right? So that was kind of like posting them, I find helps a lot.
I found this one. I don't know if it's from the Bible or what, but I found it online. The devil walketh about as a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour.
See, no, and it probably is, because
That's how I feel, bro.
It's 100% true. Like the devil is one of the most, like, people don't realize how the devil works. You know what I mean?
Devil works in mysterious ways, my friend.
And it goes the same way for, like, he's just there to ruin you. Is all he is.
Yeah.
It's 100% what he is. Like, he's just he tries to separate you from what's important, right? And he tries to plant certain things in your head and stuff like that. And
I met the devil, bro.
yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just playing.
I thought you were gonna get deep. I was like, yeah, I love deep.
I've definitely had experiences. I used to eat mushrooms and shit, get all fucked up, and just see some spooky shit. If you look at a lot of my paintings, a lot of people like to say that it's like satanic or dark, shit like that. Like I said, most of it is dreams that I have. And some people are like, oh, you got a fetish with the devil. It's like, no, that's life, bro. I don't know. It's not that I don't believe. And I've had people tell me, well, if you believe in the devil, you got to believe in God. I believe in the Creator. I do believe that there is a guy out there who passes on evil, makes people do evil. But also, I find, too, it's a lot of ingested in people, too. You know what I mean? It's not just this one thing. It's like, oh, Satan or whatever like that. I think a lot of that carries in people, and they spread it and do his work for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. It's like I said, I don't disbelieve in that stuff. I just think a lot of it, too, bothers me because of what the church used to do to our people.
So that's that's something that I always struggled with, right? And
it bothers me a lot, man.
The thing is, when people say the church, right?
Roman Catholic, to be specific.
I was gonna say there's a lot that are different there, right? Catholic, like, I don't want to bash any church because, like, I'm not about that, but
yeah, no, I'm not saying that for hate.
No, yeah, I know what you mean, but there's two different types of, I guess, important churches.
Yeah. But that's just the facts, though. It's not even really dissing. That's straight facts.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like what I'm about to say, I don't want to diss them. You know what I mean? Because I might diss them on accident.
Why?
Well, I find Catholic is not the way.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not really in tune with that shit. So, like,
their morals are completely off.
Why? What's some of them? Just shoot a couple off.
So you go into a Catholic church, okay?
Yep.
It's obviously there's Christian and Catholic are super close. They're very close.
Why?
Like, in the sense of, like, they have somewhat of the same morals.
Same morals.
But their morals separate at the point where it's like, if I'm good, I go to heaven.
If you're good. I've always heard people say good people don't need to go to church.
Right? So that's like the whole in Catholic, it's like, if you're good, you go to heaven. And
if you're bad, you go to hell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you're if you live a good life, like, if you if you help people, all this stuff, it's like, that's what they believe gets you there, right? Like Jehovah's Witness, they believe that only certain amount of people, he believes there's like, I think it's like,
was it like the first 500 people to follow me gets in?
I think it's pretty much like that. There is a number, and I can't think of what it is, but, and then you got Christians.
What do they believe?
Our morals are are quite a bit different in the sense like obviously
are you Christian?
I'm Christian.
Okay.
And they're quite a bit different in the sense like obviously we believe in Jesus, you know, the Holy Spirit and God. And we don't believe that like you can go to heaven just by being good. Because it's a lot more than that. Obviously we believe that you need to be good.
Yeah.
But there's people out there that are murderers that are going to go to heaven because if they accept Christ as their savior, right? So
you tell me Jeffrey Dahmer went to heaven, bro.
No. So the whole sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
no. The whole. Well, this is the thing. So the in the Bible, okay. Yeah. So when Jesus was crucified, he was on the cross and he was saying to God, "Is like forgive them, Father. They don't know what they do and stuff like that." And
don't know what who do.
The people that were killing them.
Oh, okay.
Right. So there was a guy on this side being crucified and a guy on this side being crucified. And one of them was like, You're Jesus, you're the Son of God. Why don't you just get off that cross? Telling him whatever. But Jesus was on the cross for our sins and all this stuff. And then the guy that's on the other side says, he's like, I know you, Jesus, Son of God. He's like, don't forget me when you go to heaven. So he accepted Christ right there on the cross, and he was a thief or a murderer or something like that. I can't remember, but he accepted Christ like on the cross dying. Yeah, and he was the first person Jesus took to heaven.
What was his name?
I don't know that. I don't think they ever say his name.
It was like probably like Edward or
well, it was back in the day, so it was probably a different name. But see, we believe in the only way to heaven is to accept Christ as your savior, right? And understand that he did die for.
Can I ask you like a serious question?
Yeah, and I can try to answer it as best as I can.
But I don't want to say it. Like I'm gonna say it, but I don't want to like offend you.
You're not gonna offend me. If it's a question that you really want the answer to,
I really do,
and I'll give you the best answer I can.
What makes you think that it's all true? Because there's a lot of different religions in the world that got the same dates. So I was the same stuff. You know what I mean?
I was actually looking something up to kind of give you. It's a 2-part thing. Okay?
And again, this is for anyone listening to. If you believe in that stuff, that's okay. I just it's different, right?
Yeah, 100%. And this right here is one of, and this goes for a lot of people believe this because they see it, right? So I posted something on social media, and someone said, his real, because why do they only make fun of us and don't see them making fun of other beliefs?
What do you mean?
Christians is one of the most picked at, talked down religions. And that's the work of the devil, right? Is obviously trying to disprove all this stuff. But then there's actual like medical records, not medical records, but like actual history medical stuff that they can, they do or whatever they did.
Yeah.
They found blood by where the crucifixion happened.
Where'd that happen?
In Jerusalem.
Yeah,
they found blood like down like where the crucifixion happened, and it went down into the Ark of Covenant or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And it had I think it's like 22 chromosomes or something like that, and
22 chromosomes,
or not chromosomes, but had something.
Oh, okay.
But it showed that like because we get X amount from our mother and X amount from our father.
23, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what it was. From your mother.
Yeah.
And then whatever from your dad.
Yeah, because I think you get 12 from each parent.
Yeah.
I think.
So it showed. It was like it proved that the only one that was living was Mary. That's who that Jesus only had from was Mary.
Mm-hmm.
So like where's the other chromosomes from that blood, right? It's because Mary was a virgin, obviously, and Jesus was planted. So like I'm still learning. Like
maybe Jesus was an industry plant.
What do you mean? Like just like bloop?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know, man.
It's a hard thing to
growing up, man. My dad, rest in peace. I love him to death. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking prick, to say the least. You know what I mean? Great guy, but he's a dick. And I remember Valen him like, you want to hear a fairy tale? I'm like, well, yeah, okay. And he pulls out the fucking Bible, and I'm just like,
That's what
Like,
he said.
Yeah, and he's like, "This is the best fairy tale ever written right here." Takes it and fucking throws it. I was like, okay.
See, so
I think just from, and I've like heard people talk about it and stuff, and I'm like, how do you know though? I could write a book, and with scriptures and stuff like that, but how can you take it at face value and believe that is true?
This is another huge thing that you can tell that it's real. Okay, so you can read the Bible front to back.
Yeah.
And there is a picture they have of all the Bible scriptures.
Okay.
And then it's like this one links up to this one, like it's all connected, and it's all written by different people.
But how do they know?
Because the original books that they had were written by different
people. But did they link up with Jesus?
Yeah. Like that's what that's all about.
I don't know.
Like they're called apostles, right?
I'd like at least like some photo evidence. You know what I mean? No, like
yeah.
Like if you had a fucking picture of Jesus or of whatever.
Back in the day, they didn't have cameras.
But do you get what I'm saying? Though? Do you get what I mean? I get it.
I can give you a picture of Jesus.
Yeah, I can go to the dollar store and get one.
I can pick up the Bible. Oh, it's over there. I can pick up the Bible and go to one of the verses where it describes Jesus, and you can picture him. That's the only way that, like, so the biggest thing is faith, right? Yeah. Faith is a huge thing. Obviously, believing to, like, George Janko said it really good.
What the fuck is that?
George Janko is he's on Logan Paul's podcast. He has his own.
I hate Logan Paul.
Well, you'd like George Janko because he's cool. He's cooler than Logan. But no, he said it really good. He's like, he has people say to him, like, what if it's fake? What if it's fake? It's like, okay, well, if it's fake, and, like, if I die and that's it, it's just black, is like, at least I lived my life, according to the Bible was what people say is basic instructions before leaving Earth.
You want me to tell you what happens when we die? I'll tell you straight up what fucking happens. I'm just kidding. I don't know if this is full on true. But this is what I believe. I guess I'm more spiritual than anything. When we die, I'd like to think that when we die, do you have vague memories when you're a kid? Like how vague though? Like how young? Like, can you remember till you're 2 or 3?
No, give me a second. I'm trying to really murk my brain.
Like, what's the farthest back memory you can think of?
6, 5.
6 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people can go farther than that. But this is what I think. We die, right? Then we're born into another baby. We come into another life. And then when you meet somebody, you have that real good connection, like deja vu kind of shit, like you've met each other before. That was either your parents or past lovers that you've had in your life. That's why it gets so close. Like that's why you have such a close connection, and we just go through that and go through that.
So I don't have any relationships like that.
You don't have any. You've never met a friend that you feel
like that,
absolutely connected to. That's crazy, man.
I feel like I'm at the point in my life now where I could pack my stuff and just leave, and I would be fine by it. Like, really? I mean, I would miss people, but I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't try to like rush back. Like I respect everybody, but I know that everybody you meet isn't forever.
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't feel that connection, like that sense, and like, I've known you, really, I've never had that.
No.
No.
Okay.
I can't say I have.
I felt like that a lot with a lot of people. I actually wouldn't say a lot of people, like a good amount of people.
Yeah.
Like 3 maybe in my entire life, and we're still friends. Like Todd, Mos Def. Yeah. We've been friends since we were little kids, man. We don't talk and hang out as much as we used to, but we still chit chat once in a while on Facebook and stuff. Same with Alyssa. That's how we feel. My dad believed in the same thing. Me and Alyssa definitely were lovers in a past life. I agree with that. It's just all based on perception, right? Everyone thinks a different way.
For sure. No, I like that analogy, like that thought, though. Does make sense. It does make sense.
But it's not fucking true either. You never know, right?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. We don't know until the time.
I'll tell you when I get there, bro.
Send you a letter back.
Send you an email.
Yeah. What are we rounding? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so I guess one more question. I'm just gonna look for my ending questions. I usually have questions I end with because they're really good. They're like make you think questions. Where the frig are they? Holy jump! I'm gonna ask you one of these OnlyFans questions
OnlyFans.
from when I had an OnlyFans people on.
Oh, I thought you meant you had OnlyFans.
Oh no, man, no way. No, freaking. Where are they? And I'm scroll. I have so many. Like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, they're all like labeled like da 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 da. Hey, look at that. Send Joey Styles photos.
There you go.
I worked with him like when he was here, so it was like, cool.
Yeah. I opened up for him at the powwow.
Oh yes, that's right.
It's hot as fuck.
It was.
I still remember out in the crowd. You're sweating like a fucking pig.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Some random
It's in the
dude.
crowd. If you're listening to this, you said that. You're a piece of shit. I remember that, bro.
Message me. Let me know who you are.
Yeah, let me know. Just because that picks at me sometimes.
It just kind of like sits in the
Like I
background.
remember it. Yeah.
So that's the type of stuff you just gotta just let go of. You know what I mean?
I care too much about what people think.
Yeah.
It's my problem. Yeah. I'm learning though.
That's a hard thing to get over.
Yeah.
It really is, and
It sucks.
it does.
I'm learning though. Slowly but surely.
It's all that matters, man.
Who the fuck Shirley?
Oh, frig. All right. Well, I can't find my question, but do you have any last remarks? Like anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anything like that?
Shout out to my mom, Mama T. I love you. Shout out my sister. Shout out to Alyssa. Shout out to all the people in the world trying to do good. Shout out to the ones who are trying to find themselves. Take it day by day. You're not alone. For those people out there that feel alone, you're not alone. And just fucking live life, bro.
Yes, sir.
Do your fucking thing.
Good stuff.
Stop smoking cigarettes because they taste gross.
They're bad for you.
I mean, vaping ain't even better, but
No.
I just hopped on the vaping wagon there. It's good. It works for me.
You just got the little one, eh?
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It works. I also smoke 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like a chimney.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I take a smoke break from smoking. You know what I mean?
I'm smoking. I better go take a break.
No, legit. I'm
Straight
like,
up?
yeah, man. Like, I'll,
That's
like,
intense.
yeah, I smoke like 2.5 packs.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like I'll wake up usually at like 12.
Mm-hmm.
Crack my first pack. Usually when I'm at work by like 8:30, I'm opening my second one. By the time I get home from work at 3 o'clock in the morning, I have no cigarettes left. So I open another pack, smoke about half before I go to bed, and it's full circle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully that vape helps you pull them out, get away from them.
Yeah, well, I'm not like, I've slowly felt myself being like, this could be a hobby. Like I could just do this for fun. But now I'm just using it as a crutch.
Yeah.
A little aid. You know what I mean?
That's a good one. I think I'll just, add this to the list of stuff I like to
Yeah.
do.
No. But like it is kind of fun. But at the same time, I also have horrible asthma. So like nothing but air in my lungs isn't good.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I've been doing this for like 2 weeks. I haven't coughed. I cough up like gross shit.
Grunk.
Yeah. But grunk.
Grunk.
I want to start saying that now.
Grunk.
Coughing up grunk. Yeah.
That's like, it's like gunk, but it's like,
Green.
yeah.
Yeah,
Grunk. GR for green.
Or brunk, because sometimes it's brown.
Or brank.
Brank, yeah. Brank ass grunk, man.
Yeah. That's funny.
Nah, for real. It's
So-
been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
It's been fun, man. I'll have to do it again.
It was good having you on.
Yeah.
People can find you on your platforms.
Yeah, you can find me on SoundCloud, Kendo Hundo, Spotify, Kendo Hundo, Instagram, Kendo K3ND_O. It's out there.
That's it.
I only did it because the D and the underscore and the O look like a face, and this is like
That's kind of cool.
kind of funny.
It's one of those things that it's like if you explain it to people, they're like, "Oh man, that's cool." I like
Yeah,
that.
but like looking at it, you're like, what the fuck? But I don't know. K3ND_O. Yeah.
Just what did that think?
Yeah. But yeah, you can find me on there if you want to listen to my old shit. It's Godfather K on Spotify.
Rainy Nights in Japan.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you still listen to
Stories
that.
to my mother or my mom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stories of my word.
Yeah,
world.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No, they're up on the close to the top of my playlist.
Oh really?
Yeah.
My mom fucking cried when I showed her that song. Man.
It's good.
Yeah, she loved it.
No, rainy nights in Japan. I'll just cruise around.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's vibey.
Yeah, it's good.
Just one of them things you're just like.
It reminds me of like drift music, like funk music.
Yeah. No, it's like you kind of like escaped when you listen.
Yeah,
to it,
it's fun, right? I love that shit.
But no, well, thank you for being on. I appreciate it.
Fuck yeah! Hopefully you guys like this shit.
Oh yeah, it'll be good.
Hopefully.
And you guys can find me on my socials at Mason Real Life, easy across the boards, and also
He's on Pornhub too.
yeah,
Big Mace,
Big
506.
That's probably somebody that's actually on there.
That would be hilarious.
People are gonna go follow it and think it's me. It's like, no, it's not me.
It's not me. Imagine if he looked like you. That'd be even better.
Big guy with beard.
Big
glasses.
guy, beard, long hair. Welcome to the video. It's just
Yeah, I'm
ASMR.
just gonna do AI. I'm just gonna make myself like a porn character as AI and just like
That'd be kind of sick.
Man, you would never ever have to get naked.
What was the street you grew up on?
Mousy Drive.
Mousy. Okay. I forget how they say it. It's like the two. Or okay, and you grew up in where? Fredericton.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd be like Mousy or Freddie Mousy. That would be your porn name.
Freddie Mal.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Or like, I think mine was like, fuck, something Clarney or something like that.
Oh, yeah, because you grew up on the Clarney.
Yeah, I was like Fred Clarney or something like that.
Fred Clarney.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a hard porn name, bro.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and check out the spot of, or the Instagram for the podcast at the Late Late Podcast. But no, you guys have been awesome as always, and you have been wicked. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you guys are listening to this on the Monday when it drops, have a good rest of the week. If you're not listening to it on Monday, go listen to it on Monday.
Hells yeah, motherfucker.
All right, bye.